Oh yeah, so guys, today I'm going to be talking about uh, basic training, basic military training as regards the Air Force and what to expect, just what to expect. Some people get to, Lackland with so much anxiety, so much fear, they don't know what to expect, and they're just like, what do I expect from basic training? Like, what do I expect when I get in there on the first ninth, the first 2 days, 3 days, and yeah, we're gonna talk about it in this video. Let's go. Yes, so guys, when you get to basic training, first you go from your location wherever you are, and you land in the airport, and they just come pick you up depending on what time you get there. Like they just send the bus to pick you guys up. You guys are gonna meet an MTI already at the airport. You guys gonna line up in files of flight, like a flight, and you guys gonna go over to Lackland Air Force Base. So when you get to Lackland Air Force Base, here's the deal: you guys are not gonna go straight to your squadron. You're gonna go straight to I don't know what it's called. I forgot the name, but when I remember, I'll let you guys know. Just the hall where they conduct the BMT graduation. The hall that's right beside it. I don't know what it's called, but that's where you guys are gonna be the ninth. Depending on what time you guys get there. And guess what? Whatever day you guys get a BMT, all of you guys are gonna be in the same squadron, not the same flight. Listen, you guys are gonna be the same squadron. Squadron is like a combination of flights. A flight have like a minimum of 40 people, 44 people in the flight, and for the squadron there's like 16 squadrons in a flight. No, there's like 16 flights in the squadron. My bad, I take it back. There's like 16 flights in the squadron, and that makes it a squadron. All of you that get there that day are gonna be in the same squadron, but not the same flight. If you want, you make a friend on the plane. You guys get to Lackland together. You guys stay together. You guys might just be in the same flight. Who knows? Yeah. So the next thing we want to talk about is the ninth of BMT. When you guys get there, you guys gonna get your backpack, your stuff, your books from the where you guys get to Lackland. Then you guys gonna go over to your squadron. Then you guys gonna go up in fire. You guys gonna go to your. They're gonna give you guys the reporting statement. You guys gonna say your reporting statement. Then you guys gonna go up to your dorms. And when you guys get to your dorms, they're just gonna sit you down in the what's it called? I don't know. They're just gonna sit you guys down, talk to you guys, give you guys the introduction, the briefing, stuff like that. You guys are gonna look like this. When I got to Lackland and my MTI was like, okay, so I'm gonna give you guys instructions. Don't do this. I was just like this because I was tired. I was fucking tired. I take it back. I was just tired for real. Like when we got to Lackland, I was tired. I was just there, but yeah, when you get to Lackland, you're gonna be tired, and you just like, that was like 10 p.m., 11 p.m., and I was already tired. And yeah, he was done, and he was like, "Who wants to be the chow runner?" And they were like, my boys were like, I want to be the chow runner," and he was like, "Okay, you do it, and you do it." They give them a script, they read, and they have to say it offhand. The first 2 days, they can kind of like check the script, but the next couple of days it has to be off and ready to go. So they did it, and they were fucked up. They got frustrated the first day. They did it the second day, and as time goes on, they liked it, and they were kind of like tired of doing it. But yeah, they're gonna actually want to be the charana, because the charana has to report the next day. You guys gonna go into the DFAC, and after that, you guys are done, and they just go to show you guys your beds. You guys just bring out all that you brought from home, and they just be like, this trash, this keep, this trash, this keep. Like, that's why you don't take too much to BMT. Like when you take too much to BMT, they're gonna trash most of it. Just take what you need. And listen, I've had people tell you like, you gotta take toothpaste, you gotta take this. Listen, when you get to BMT, they're gonna give you all that you need. They know that you don't have to bring nothing. Like, I, I'm gonna advise you, just take the little you can. But listen, when you get a BMT, they're gonna give you everything you need, everything that you need. Get it from me, everything that you need. At the night of BMT, they're gonna give you. If they don't give you the night before, they're gonna give you the next day. They're gonna give you the next 2 days. They're just gonna give you whatever you need. Just take the little that you can, and you're gonna be fine. Trust me. So they're gonna be like, trash this, take this, trash this, and they're just gonna be like, okay, we're good. And now it's like 1 a.m., 1:30 a.m., 2 a.m., and they're gonna be like, okay, guys, I'm leaving. I'm gonna come back the next day. Guess what time? 5:30 a.m. Sometimes 5 a.m. depending on your MTI or your schedule for the next day. I'm coming back the next day 5, and you're gonna be like, what time do I have to sleep? 3 hours? They don't care. You just go to bed, and that's why the training is, that's why it's called BMT. And you just go to bed, and you're like, some people. Guess what? Some people don't sleep. Some people don't. They don't sleep the first night, and they're just like, what do I expect from BMT? And there was, for my part, I thought like people always tell me like, hey, when you get a BMT, the night is gonna be frustrating because the MTIs are just gonna be, yelling at you. I keep saying MTLs, my bad, just because I just got done from tech school and MTLs is just all over my head, and they just be like, the MTIs are gonna yell at you, stuff like that. My MTI was pretty chill, like it didn't yet, not all the ninth I got there, but the next day it was, I had two MTIs. There was one, it was chilled, and there was one, it was, there's always that two MTIs. So the next day you go to DFAC, you give your appointment statement, and you're just like this, taking your tray, you're just like a robot walking in step, and you're just going, using your foot, and you don't know what to expect. Like it's just like that. It's gonna be like that. No matter what it's just gonna be like that. Just make sure you stay focused, because when you lose focus, you get yelled at. So you just take your food, you eat, and you just report back outside. And listen, all you do in the first week of training is pretty much drill, 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 drill. They just want you to know it. Give your reporting statement right, no matter who you are, no matter what you know. Just say your reporting statement. Sir, ma'am. Now, I think they expect you to use the rank. So you just say technical sergeant, the name, trainee, ATB report that's ordered. Like, you just have to say the reporting statement right. No matter if you don't say it right, the first week of training is gonna be worse. Like, you just have to know it before you get to, I would advise you just know your reporting statement before you go. Just know the efforts core values. Service before self, excellence in all we do. Just know the effort song and the Eman's Creed. Like, it's just gonna save you so much stress. Like, before I went to BMT, I already knew all these things. So when I got to BMT, I just had to learn like just a few things. It just saved my time, saved me a lot of yelling at, saved me a lot of stress, because I already knew most of the drill movements. I just didn't know the complex drill movement, and it just saved me a lot of time. Like, if you guys want me to share, my drill movements that I know, or some of the drill movement that I knew before I went, or some of the things you should know before you went, just, say it on the comment section. I'll make a video of it. And, when I went to BMT, first week of training, it was more like drill. I just finished BMT like 6 months ago. It was more of drill, and stuff like that. And on the first week of training, you go for your medical stuff. They draw your blood, they take your test, your vision test, if you need glasses, you get glasses. It's just a whole lot of, getting into the training. That's why it's called 0 week of training, because it's more like getting you, the rudiment of what you need for the training. It's not actually the training. The training start on the first week of training. And so on the 0 week of training, you're just pretty much like, I think you take I don't know, I don't remember, but like, PT is kind of, you don't do PT until the Saturday. You get there on Tuesday, and you do PT on Saturday. Like, you don't do PT until Saturday of the 0 week of training. So pretty much just get yourself fit. Before I went to basic training, I was already knocking out my PT, so I was good. Like, I was getting, I was max, I was getting the max on my PT. So, just knock out your PT before you get to basic training. It's just gonna save you a lot of stress, because I see kids, they get a basic training and they don't even know how to do 20 push-up. As the PT monitor, it was kind of frustrating for me, because I see people that, young folks that don't even know how to do like 30 push-up, 20 push-up, 15 push-up. I'm like, how did you get here? But yeah, just know your PT, know your stuff, know your basic stuff before you go for BMT, because it's just gonna save you a lot of stress. It's just gonna save you a lot of stress. It's just gonna save you. Know that you have to, keep your hands, talk at all times. It's just gonna save you a lot of stress. Some things, some basic things like that. And don't, some of us have this attitude that we use, day-to-day activities. Don't take it to basic training. Trust me, they're gonna take it out of you straight. If you feel like, okay, basic training, I'm just gonna do what I like, no. And if you feel like, okay, I'm gonna go to basic training, I'm just, I'm just gonna stay low, not do nothing and stuff like that. Listen, when you get a basic training, they're gonna call you out. If they notice like you're the kind of person that don't talk, you just want to stay low and just want to go through basic training and no one knows you, they're gonna call you out. Listen, you're gonna be the chow round the next day. Just make sure you're like you balance it. Like you're not the type that wants to be out there all the time, and you're not the type that is trying to hide. Just make sure you're doing your part, playing your role. If they ask you to do something, just make sure you're doing it, and just do what you got to do to survive. Because at basic training, you got to survive, and to survive, you got to work as a team. Listen, if you're gonna take yourself out of the team and feel like you're gonna make it through basic training, no, you're not gonna make it. You have to work as a team to be able to make basic training. Working as a team, during your PT, 1 by 3s, even when it comes to like, doing everything basic training, they want you to work as a team. Basic training was designed, the only way you can succeed through basic training is to work as a team. So yeah, this is the 0 week of training, tips I have to share to you guys. I mean, it's pretty much it. 0 week of training, all you just do is, drill. They just want you to know your stuff, before we get to the first week of training, and you just go for your medical stuff like that. And trust me, at basic training, you keep going for your medical all through basic training. But first 0 week of training is more like, you go for the medical, the start of the medical, and it's just, yeah, that's just basic training. And trust me, when you get a basic training, it kind of makes sense to you. Like all of this kind of makes sense to you. Don't get too scared. Don't get too, just make sure you put your heads up and know what is right for you. And yes, I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys on my next video, which will be the first week of training at basic military training. So we're gonna move from the basic military training first week, second week, third week, fourth week, and sixth week of training, and then we're gonna go to tech school. For those of you that are gonna go to tech school, and I'll see you guys in my next video.